Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Footall podcast. We are here, we are back, and
Yes,
we have a new game week done and dusted. How was it for Barcelona?
fantastic. As you can already see, there's a festive season going on in Catalonia. The way Mr. Hansi Flick has come from Germany and did wonders here in the Blaugrana colors. It has been fantastic. It has been fantastic to watch. Also, talking about festive season, North London
It's
as well has been
red.
painted red.
Yes, it's red.
Fantastic performance by Arsenal yesterday, I have to say. We are
Amazing.
going to dive into the details as well.
Yes. Can't wait to get into it. An amazing team performance, and with the kind of players missing, and a bench full of youngsters who have not played for Arsenal, it was a statement of a victory, definitely.
Matlab, it was something like Arsenal was scared in the beginning that it is going to be Spurs, Odegaard's injured, Calafiori is not on the bench, and
Hmm.
whatnot. But after the match, it was like it was just Spurs. We
It
had to
was
be Spurs,
Spurs, definitely. To start off with, I think Spurs started really
Hmm.
well, and we were on the back foot from the right beginning.
Yeah,
और ये तो खैर एक्सपेक्टेड ही था कि थॉमस पार्टे एंड जॉर्जिनो विल बी इन द मिडफील्ड काय हैवर्ट्स floating up and down.
right.
But I think टीम सिलेक्शन वाइज probably बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे shockers नहीं थे. Everyone knew because these were the only fit players that we had. Gabriel Jesus coming back from the injury, and then Raheem Sterling not having played any minutes so far for Arsenal.
Yeah,
So I think this squad definitely picked itself, and but the way the the team managed the game, the way Arteta managed this entire game, it was brilliant. It was
yeah,
brilliant. And I think in one of the interviews also he said he could not sleep because every time there was something or the other happening.
right.
So he had a game plan in mind. Then one player got injured, then he lost one more player, so he had to keep on changing the game plan, but I think in the end it worked out really well. We cancelled out the threat of Son and Solanke, and I think it was a team victory for sure. Everyone performed well, everyone had a role to play, and I think they did really well. I have something to share. Just give me
Yeah,
a second, I
yeah.
gotta show you something. Yes. So this is the Arsenal PL away record for 2024. Played 11, won 10, drawn 1.
Damn.
Now look at the goals scored versus goals conceded.
That is absolutely crazy.
31 scored, 3 conceded. I think that is monstrous in itself.
That actually is a crazy stat. I mean, you look at the stat and you think that if it was in Arsenal of 4 years back or 5 years back, we could not have imagined something like this happening.
if so yesterday on Sunday when the match was ongoing, and we were uh, talking on WhatsApp in the
Mhm.
Arsenal group. So
Yeah,
basically, we were all, saying, what if it had been Mustafi and Socrates era?
that was
What
the
would have been
Arsenal's
the
banter
result?
era.
But I think the way these guys played yesterday, right, from David Raya to William Saliba, Gabriel, Union Timber had one of the best games that we have seen him in so far. And Ben White, while it was kind of an off game for him, but he did his part.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
negated Son as much as possible. Not every time. Son did get through him multiple times, but I think he did well. But well, results matter. It's 1-0
absolutely
to
true.
the Arsenal, and it is Tottenham Hotspur 0. So yes.
And maybe this is the clutch mentality that Arsenal required coming into the season because Last two seasons they were brilliant. They were absolutely flawless. Apart from some errors here and there, of course, but the way the squad and the manager himself did not come under the pressure of injuries, the way they managed everything, I
Mm.
think that is what was actually required coming into the season, and maybe that was the missing piece in the puzzle. Who knows?
Definitely, definitely. And I think so this team basically, you see them playing for each other. They
Yeah,
saw that they were missing two their major mainstays in the midfield, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard, and they decided to, take it upon themselves to ensure that we did not miss them much.
right.
And everyone, right from, Thomas Partey to Jorginho to Kai Havertz, they ensured that the midfield uh, did their job, did as much as they could.
Yeah.
Definitely not up to what Odegaard or Rice would have done, but they did well in the current situation.
And basically Saliba and Gabriel, they seem to be up. They have this sort of combination that sort of creates this man mountain, and set piece kings, definitely Gabriel scoring a header or Saliba scoring a header out of nowhere, coming up clutch in those moments. I think that partnership is so tough to beat right now in the Premier League. One of the
Definitely,
toughest, I feel.
and I think it's one of the best centre back pairings right now in the entire Europe. So that says something
Yeah,
from a team that could not defend, who were not known to defend in the Wenger era, and even when Unai Emery took over, our
yeah,
defense was in shambles. And now look at teams actually fear this defense. They don't pressure Saliba anymore. While Tottenham did try to do that,
yeah,
you really saw the quality come out.
absolutely.
And probably I think we will dive deeper into it and analyze player by player and
Sure.
how it all went.
Yeah.
But probably let's just shift to Barcelona because the 4-1 coming in the back of a brace from.
I mean, I can't recognize my club anymore. This can't be my club. They can't play this entertaining football. No, what happened?
And,
Matlab,
and
what?
such a change in the tonality, right? From the first episode to the third one.
Oh no, that is the influence of Mr. Flick. But जो हुआ है इन 5 मैच वीक्स में, that is genuinely unimaginable. I'm sure no Barca fan, no Cooler would have thought कि 5 में से 5 हम जीतने वाले हैं. Especially considering the fact कि Real Madrid had this big money signing. They
Hmm.
created this Galacticos era once again, and all the hype was about them, and all the concerns were about Barcelona. The injuries, Pedri's injury, Ansu Fati's sort of dilemma that will he continue or not, and there was just so many issues that were coming up at many points during the transfer window itself. Nico Williams saga happened, and then this Joan Camper Trophy happened, and we lost 3-0 to Monaco. So basically, that came up as a shocker, and everyone thought that this season is actually going down the drain, and Flick would need at least a season to basically sort things up, sort the mess up that was created at the club. But the way the things have turned out is completely bizarre to imagine. Uh, First 3 wins were 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and then we sort of bombarded our way into the next two games, 7-0 and 4-1. 11 goals in the last two games, 17 goals in 5 matches. I haven't seen this Barcelona in a long, long time. There are many players that we need to talk about. Of course, Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. I don't want this player to get injured because he's something special. He actually defines greatness, and we'll certainly talk about it. But exceptional display. There are also some concerns that I have right now, but we'll surely once we dive into the video, we'll be discussing that.
Definitely, but both those goals from him, they looked. absolutely spectacular. He made it look so easy, so easy. It was just like, a hot knife going through butter.
Exactly, exactly. He makes everything look so easy. He made that goal against Athletic Bilbao also look very easy.
Hmm.
It was not a very easy angle as it seemed, but three goals, four assists for first five games. We tend to forget that he's again just 17 years old. He just turned
17.
17. It is.
What were you doing when you were 17?
What was I doing? I was trying to clear my physics exam when I was 17. And that was pretty tough, I have to tell you that. But fantastic. I have no words actually to explain what is happening. I just don't want to jinx it at any point, but
Hmm.
it's been going sensational, and there are certain expectations or certain benchmarks that have already been set up.
Hmm.
So fantastic, as well as I'll have to give credit to Hansi Flick because he came into Spain. He did not know the language. He was not aware of the culture, and when I saw Pedri scoring that goal yesterday and going to hug Hansi Flick, it's been nearly 2 months since they came
Hmm.
across each other, and the relationship that he has built already with the players is fantastic to see.
And I think when we talk about coaches like Hansi Flick and Mikel Arteta, probably they have this knack of bringing everyone together, bringing everyone into the same room, and creating an atmosphere of belongingness, which
Yeah,
was probably, I think, lacking in Barca up until recently, until this
yeah,
season.
it was. It was. Yeah.
And similar was the case, when Arteta took over Arsenal. So I think a lot of similarities there, but brilliant, brilliant weekend. Barcelona winning 4-1, Arsenal winning 1-0. So I
I
think
mean,
it's, yeah.
that was a weekend of dreams. I have to say that.
And Liverpool losing.
Liverpool losing. Oh man, that was nice to
The,
see. That was
the,
nice to see actually. So
the
now, what is the table looking like in the Premier League? You are at second,
City, yes, City won, Arsenal second. We
and
are two
Liverpool
points
third.
behind City,
Yeah,
and Liverpool. I think Liverpool is in fourth. Newcastle
fourth.
is in third.
Okay,
Yeah.
very interesting. Again, this weekend is going to be a six-pointer, I think, between you
Yes.
and Man City.
City. Yes, yes, yes. And we have Atlanta in mid of the week.
Yeah, that Champions
Champions
League
League.
bit is actually what I'm scared about your club and my club as well, because the way we are playing football, the way our squad is lacking depth, that is going to be concerning. Playing 3 matches in 7 days or 10 days is going to be a
Hmm.
difficult sort of thing. But for now, I think let's dive into the details of the games. We'll start, of course, with the North London derby. Uh, there were many controversial things that happened during the match as well. We'll have to step into that. Julian Timber,
Oh man, and a lot of people are calling it, asking it to be a red card.
yeah,
I have no idea how they think it's a red card. I think it's not even a yellow, but fine, it's a 50-50. So it's something that, if it's not given on ground, nobody is going to say anything
yeah,
about it. But since the card was given, but the best part was the referee losing his mind in that first half, taking out seven yellow cards in the first half. I think
that
that's
was peak
that's
Anthony Taylor stuff.
and that has equaled, I think, the most number of cards ever shown in a Premier League match in the first half. So
Crazy.
and the fun part was, when that incident happened, Urine Timber
Mhm.
was immediately booked, and then we were talking on the WhatsApp group. And suddenly, someone texted, "He's been sent off." I'm like, why?
What? What?
Yeah, why?
What?
Why? And then I realized that he was messing around, and cards were in fact being given out to the Tottenham players, which
Hmm.
was a really good feeling to see. At least Tottenham players getting booked for what they were doing.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant, and I think Union Timber played brilliantly, running up and down the pitch. He covered the entire pitch. He was there on the left side. He was there, in the middle, on the right, whenever required. So
Yeah.
I think he had one of the best games so far for Arsenal. And with him on that left side, Martinelli had one of the best games of this
Yeah, I
season
think he
so
was
far.
unleashed.
While he still is lacking in that decision making that we were talking about last time, but at least this time he was running. He was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
over all over Pedro Porro. So that was good to see.
He actually just remembered कि उसका skill set actually था क्या.
भागना है
बहुत बहुत टाइम बाद उसको याद आया.
भागो भागो.
And
But yeah,
what do you feel about Jorginho? He was made captain as well
hmm.
yesterday, and I think he led the team well.
He did brilliantly. He did brilliantly for someone who's not played, in such a long time.
Yeah,
पहले दो games में he's not had a look in, and उसके बाद मतलब even in the friendlies, the preseason games, he had not played much. I remember him playing one game and then being taken off for Pate. But brilliant. I don't know if he wasn't there. I don't know who would have taken the armband. Probably Gabriel, the big Gabby.
yeah,
But he marshaled the troops extremely well. He knew where to be, how to be, uh, and in fact, I think players around him knew that if the ball went past him, he could not, catch up. So they
yeah.
made sure Kai Havertz, for example, made sure that he was there when Jorginho could not reach back. So I think
Chelsea connection
brilliant.
coming up clutch for you guys.
Yes. Raheem Sterling का तो अभी no idea what
Hmm.
he's going to be doing, but let's see, let's see. I remember last May when he did come on, Raheem
Huh.
Sterling. Uh, there was a moment when he kind of was in that in the third half, and suddenly the ball changed hands and Arsenal players were running back, and he was just looking, okay, I have to do that now. I have to start running.
ये
So
मेरा
I
काम
think,
है.
मेरा काम है. But I think Martinelli did really well. He attacked and he defended really well. So I think he had a good game.
Yeah,
Yes, decision making is still slightly, not there yet. But I think it'll come with confidence, and this was a right step. And I think this game, if uh, he had that decision making, that when he had
yeah.
come on in early years, तो अगर वो वाला मार्टिनेली होता तो डेफिनेटली ये 1-0 तो नहीं, 3-0 एटलीस्ट, 3-0 होता ये.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Also, talking about finishing and lacking the chances that you create, Spurs lacked a lot of chances. I mean, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि अटैक कर क्या रहा है उनका. पहले 5 मिनट में they created these two very close chances and they missed
हाँ.
it like anything. फिर उसके बाद around 37th minute I think that was Solanke's chance that he sort of skied it.
The Yes, yes, and I think that was it for Spurs. उसके
Hmm.
बाद they did not really create much of a chance, and David Raya was exceptional in that first 15 minutes when he was really needed. So
Yeah.
in that first 15 minutes, I think David Raya was my man of the match for those first 15 minutes.
Towards the end
And
as well, I think.
especially because yes, towards the end definitely,
Hmm.
but especially इसलिए भी because जब शुरू हुआ था तो 15 मिनट के बाद मेरे को ऐसे लग रहा था कि यार अगर ये मैच कोई बचा सकता है ना तो राया ही है,
Hmm.
because
Right.
the way Spurs were attacking, and we did take time to get into it. We slowly adapted to the game, because definitely it was new tactics from Arteta, new formation, and players. It takes time for them to adjust, and given how soon they could do it, speaks volumes about this team.
Right.
And but initially David Raya was really good, and I think he was the one who kept us in the game. He was sharp. He kept signaling everyone around him to just stay calm, just calm down, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that worked, because Big Gabby and Saliba, hats off to those two, and
Yeah.
Urian Timber, definitely,
Exactly.
definitely.
Uh, so talking about Trossard,
Hmm.
Trossard was not playing in his designated spot.
Hmm.
He was playing this role in the midfield as well. So, what did you think of his
I
performance?
think
Because what we have seen till now
Hmm.
is that whenever Trossard has come in as a substitute, he has come up clutch almost always. He has
Hmm.
scored, he has given an assist, or has done something to affect the game. But whenever he has started, the impact of his performance is not that up to that standard. So, what was the performance like yesterday?
सी कल के गेम के बाद तो आई एम नॉट श्योर कि वी कैन से कि उसकी परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी थी नहीं थी. रीजन बीइंग इट वाज नॉट हिज काइंड ऑफ अ गेम.
Yeah,
For sure. Definitely, agar he had a moment where he could shoot, I'm sure he would have, scored a goal, because that is how clinical he is in terms of finishing. But having said that, his role was more of a support kind of role this time around, because uh, clearly we were not looking to go with a slick passing and just get into that penalty area and score a goal, a cheeky finish.
correct.
No, this is not that game. आई थिंक पूरा हम लोग काउंटर अटैक एंड वेटिंग गेम हम लोग खेल रहे थे. सो आई थिंक उस पर्सपेक्टिव से ही डिड रियली वेल. ही आइडेंटिफाइड एंड ही वाज एबल टू सी कि मार्टिनेली कब बाहर जा रहा है, कब अंदर आ रहा है, विच स्पेसेस ही हैड टू फिल to
Hmm.
ensure कि players come with him. So I think from that respect, he did really well. Although if you see in terms of impact, maybe he did not have that much impact, but the role that he was given, he played it to perfection.
Right.
Same with Kai Havertz. Same with Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, he is a tank man. He is a tank.
Surely, surely yes.
So
So,
yeah.
I was actually also reading this chat which said Ange Postecoglou has sort of participated in 7 London derbies till now. He
Hmm.
has lost 5 and he has drawn 2. So 0% win record as of now in the London derbies that he has faced, and also the fact that he's sort of currently, for a lack of a better word, he is actually media's darling right now. He's so well media trained. But talking about Ange,
No,
I
I
actually like
think
his personality.
no, I think he did make a blunder this time around.
Hmm.
There, I think an incident has happened where a reporter had asked him a question, and then she wanted to clarify further in terms of
Okay.
winning. So basically, it was something around winning the match,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to clarify to him, saying that did not mean that winning the league kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I think he made some kind of a remark. Not sure what that was. I was just reading it. तो ऊपर ऊपर से देखा था तो उसमें there was some kind of remark,
Okay.
and people are going bit mad about it.
All right.
But yes, on the topic of Tottenham losing, let me share you something.
Arsenal
Arsenal,
now, yeah.
Arsenal now have more wins at Tottenham Stadium in just 5 years than Spurs have at the Emirates in 18 years.
That is actually could that actually could be the definition of Tottenham Hotspur.
That is Tottenham Hotspur for you.
Oh
and
man.
and I remember those days when uh, in the last years of Wenger and Unai Emery first year,
Hmm.
when Arsenal was at the bottom kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
and Tottenham were finishing above Arsenal. I remember Tottenham, them thinking, "Oh, we are finally out of the shadow of Arsenal." Well, you're back where you
Yeah,
belong.
it was Miguel Arteta. I remember that moment when Dele Alli basically did this 4-2
Yeah,
signal to the fans. Yeah.
yeah.
Since then, everything has went
कर लो कर लो
downhill
कर लो कर लो, कोई बात
for
नहीं.
Tottenham.
कोई बात नहीं, सबका
Uh,
दिन आता है
I
बीच बीच में.
think at this point, I actually like Ange. I like how he has sort of tried to give this personality to Spurs, but now I think serious questions need to be asked. It has been 1.5 years since he has been managing the club. And last year, when they started the season, they started pretty well. Till
Yeah.
October, they were top of the table. And then suddenly, again, things went downhill.
They
Well,
got
there were
found out.
some
They
injuries
got
as well.
found out. So
Yeah, they
basically,
were found
everyone,
out.
everyone realized that they have a high line which is extremely high,
Hmm,
and everyone just bypass their defense.
absolutely.
So I think they got found out. While they have done better this year, I definitely think they need to get better at defending corners.
Exactly.
And so Son ने interview दिया था after the match, where he
Hmm.
said we played well, we got done in by a corner, and this is the second time it is happening. So it is a little disappointing,
Hmm.
and the fans have taken it to him. The fans have taken it to him, calling him the worst captain they have had. And I think not his fault. Yeah, I don't think he is the right person for that captaincy. I think when Kane was there, he was always flourishing with Kane. And now that he's not here, and Son is getting older, so yeah, they
Yeah,
need to move on. They need to move on quick.
I think
But,
his performances
but
have
I'm
been
happy
on
if they
top.
don't move on. I'm happy as long as they keep losing. I'm happy.
And Anj, I think he has also said that I have always won trophies in my second year.
Yes, and
That
this
would
is
be
going to
interesting to
age
see,
very
yeah?
well. This is going to age very well.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
year.
yeah. To this day, I can't believe Spurs, a club like Spurs, had the audacity to sack Jose Mourinho before a cup final that they had
that
that they had last won in 2008, a trophy that they had last won in 2008.
that is Tottenham Hotspur for you. They got Jose Mourinho in to win a trophy. The moment he got them to a final, they just kicked him out.
Peak Daniel Levy for you.
Oh
Oh
yes,
no.
oh yes. But
Spurs has actually become a banter club at this point. They have to win something to basically regain some thoda izzat for them.
क्या करनी है छोड़ो यार banter and banter looks good on them. And did you see that new graphic uh,
Oh yes, I saw that.
that Cannon
Oh, oh. I want to
were?
know which Arsenal fan made it.
Let's talk about the player ratings then.
Yeah,
Starting off with David Raya, I think he was exceptional in goal. He did, whatever he was asked to do,
yeah,
especially in the last minutes as well, taking the pressure off and doing his job. So it was great. I think I'll 8 on 10 definitely for the kind of work he put in. There's also something that here to show. So basically, this article has just come out
okay.
talking about David Raya and how much time he has taken. So over the final 8 minutes, David Raya took 37 seconds over a goal kick, 53 seconds over a free kick, and held the ball in his hands on three separate occasions for 26, 23, and 24 seconds. So I think this is
Very
comical
proud
in a way,
statistic. Very proud.
very proud and very comical as well to see newspapers writing such stuff when every goalkeeper does that.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
That's the whole
There
point.
was no need to pinpoint it.
हाँ बस ठीक है कोई बात नहीं. Coming on to the
Haters gonna
defensive
hate.
line. Sorry.
Haters gonna hate.
Yes, yes, yes. So coming to the defensive line, I think Ben White probably 7 on 10.
Hmm.
The way I think Son went past him a couple of times when he should not have. We have seen Ben White giving better performances and doing far better in
Yeah.
these circumstances, but probably not his best game so far. Uh, William Saliba, definitely 9 on 10. Definitely 9 on 10. I would have given him 8, but that one tackle on Solanke in the first half when Ben White just gave the ball away and he, I don't know what this guy eats. The way
Exactly.
he runs for him, 9 on 10 for Gabriel, definitely for that goal and his defending. The way he stands tall in front of the balls, it's
And
amazing.
the way they both communicate with each other.
Definitely.
That is absolutely clear and that is very
And
crucial for a big
they
club.
both know where the other person's going to be,
Yeah.
which is absolutely brilliant. I think in the Brighton game, the goal that they scored, probably that is where their communication did not
Hmm.
work. But usually when they are there together, it does not fail that much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Urian Timber, definitely 8 on 10 for his performance. I think he brought the old Martinelli back,
yeah,
and the way he was all over the pitch, exceptional, great work from him. Thomas Partey, probably 7 on 10. He had a good first half. Towards the end, again getting tired and losing out, losing the ball couple of times. So, but I think that is what you get with Partey right now.
yeah.
Uh, and until we have a better option, I think he's the one that we are going to go with. Jorginho, 8 on 10, for his leadership, for the way that he pulled out those 90 minutes out of nowhere. Uh, we don't expect Jorginho to be doing that. But
Absolutely. And he has never,
he,
he has not done it for a long, long time now.
yes, and he has not played for a long time. He's
Yeah,
not played a long, 90 minutes match in such a long time. But brilliant, kudos to him. Kudos to him for doing that. Then Leandro Trossard, uh, probably not his best game on the ball, but off the ball, brilliant work. 7 on 10, definitely.
yeah.
Martinelli, 7, 7.
But
Uh,
a
if
significant
if
improvement over his last performances.
significant improvement, say
Yeah.
at least अब दिख रहा था वो पुराना वाला मार्टिनेली at least दिख रहा था.
Flashes of it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely flashes of it, and he was at least running towards the goal, running to the defenders, troubling the defenders. So I think that was a good sign. Kai Havertz, 8 on 10 for his off the ball work. Brilliant, as usual. Kai, he is a tank, like I said before. He just does not stop. He
Yeah.
does not stop.
Yeah.
Saka, again, another assist for Bukayo Saka.
He's
Four
getting used
assists,
to it.
4 matches. He's getting used to it.
Yeah.
I hope we get him for the next match at least. Atlanta में rest दे सकते हैं,
Hmm.
but for City game we definitely need Saka. So when he went down and Nwaneri came on,
Yeah.
everyone had their hearts in their mouth. क्या होने वाला है भाई? Saka taken off, and Mikel Arteta also uh, accepting that he does not know the extent
Yeah.
as of yet.
Yeah.
So we scans के result आएंगे, then we get to know. But I just hope it is not an
You
injury
can't
from
afford one more
Arteta.
injury at this point.
And बचा ही कौन है यार?
Wait.
So if you remove Gabby, Jesus and Kivior from the bench last night, so there were a total of I think 3 appearances for Arsenal in that bench.
That's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
think, and that was because Ethan Nwaneri has played for Arsenal. So yeah, that's all. That's it.
He came on as a substitute in the last few
He
minutes.
did, and he looked well. He looked really good,
Yeah.
and I think it speaks volumes. Ki Arteta chose to bring him on and not Kivior. Kivior being a defensive option and also
Yeah.
someone who has already played at this level, but he chose to bring Nwaneri on, and I think Nwaneri did excellent, especially that last tackle on Son,
Yeah. Yeah.
that block. It was really good, really good. And
Reckon.
every time he had the ball, he showed his skills, he showed his class.
Yeah. Reckon he should be starting against Atlanta.
Could be, could be, especially if we are resting Saka and Odegaard is not there, then you definitely need someone to create those chances for you.
Right.
And Nwaneri is one who can create chances and take chances. So I think he will be there, but we don't have much of an option as of now. Merino is recovering well, so I
Mhm.
just saw a post today that his hand is out of the sling now,
Okay.
and
That's
he's
nice.
recovering. Yeah, but at least a couple of weeks more.
Definitely.
So yeah,
Okay.
let's
What would
see.
you rate the overall match?
Uh, I think it was quite chaotic
Mm.
to start off with, but then once Arsenal, started to get into it, it kind of, became. And the problem was that we were giving the ball away a lot, especially, in that first half. It was way too much, way
Yeah.
too much. So it all added to the game. From an intensity point of view, if I talk about it, it was 10 on 10, but स्टार्टिंग में जैसे लग रहा था कि बस मैच यहीं रोक दो, अभी अभी रोक दो।
Stop the count.
Let us get just 1 point and we'll be happy. So let's talk about Barcelona now. 4-1. Danny almost scoring and getting injured now.
One normal day is all I ask at Barcelona.
कोई बात नहीं यार. You have Lamine Yamal to score goals. You have Pedri to score goals.
We have basically the whole squad at this point to score goals and create chances. जो कर रहा है हांसी फ्लिक मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कैसे हो रहा है.
कैसे
But
हो कैसे रहा है लेकिन ये बट आई थिंक it's a landslide difference the way the team is playing and I was able to catch glimpses of the match but with Rafinha and Lewandowski not producing their best yet this team doing so well scoring 4 goals is brilliant, yeah.
I mean,
Exceptional.
I don't think anyone, not only in Barcelona but entire footballing world, expected Inigo Martinez to give performances like this. I don't know what has happened to him. We signed him as this backup sort of a player last season, and last season his performances were okay, and at times they were substandard. And
Hmm.
we were proper looking for him to be sold earlier this season. But the way he has turned up, I never expected it to be. And the partnership that he has formed with Kubarsi, कुबारसी की तो बात ही अलग करनी पड़ेगी हमें. But what a performance, what a player he's turned out to be. And
And I
yeah,
think Girona scored once Kobarsi was taken off, right?
yes, yes. Uh, the it sort of represents the way Hansi Flick has sort of given that confidence and given that unity, the boost of unity amongst the entire team. They function together, they create together, and they are working on every chance together. They were मतलब कल आई थिंक 6 से 7 गोल्स फिर से स्कोर हो सकते थे. देयर वाज अगेन थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम विद लेवेंडोस्कीज क्लिनिकलिटी. एंड टर स्टेगन को फिर से पता नहीं क्या हो गया. ही हैज टर्न्ड इनटू दिस प्राइम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ फॉर्म. आई वाज ओवररेटिंग हिम throughout the preseason. I was asking him to be sold. I knew he won't, but पता नहीं फिर से इसको क्या हो गया है. एंड मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि ये बार्सिलोना ही है जो खेल रही है या फिर इट इज सम अदर sort of this Bayern 2020 side that has come into this Hansi Flick's team or come into this Catalonia side. But that is absolutely fantastic to see. So, firstly, the entire sort of an atmosphere that has been created, it is very refreshing after the 3, 4, 5 years of extreme pain, inconsistency. So, we are still thinking कि अभी 5 ही गेम हुए हैं. Let's not be too sort of happy or too optimistic at this point. But at one point, you will have to give credit to the management and the players for how they have turned up, especially after all the negativity that was there before the season. Uh, in fact, till the Juan Gamper Trophy, where we lost this huge, huge loss to Monaco. So
Hmm.
I would like to start things off मतलब पहले from the starters itself. The lineup was basically our strongest lineup considering all the injuries that we had. And from right from the get go, we were looking to create goals. We were looking to create chances. Uh, Rafinha again did not have an assist or a goal to his name, but the way he sort of induced confidence and induced those became a beacon for those chances for Lamine Yamal or for Olmo or for anybody who was on there towards the attack. That was fantastic to see. Uh, Lewandowski had an off game, but still it did not affect much of what Barcelona did or was trying to do.
Hmm.
So that clearly showed कि एक प्लेयर पे डिपेंडेंसी नहीं है हमारी अभी in terms of scoring goals. Uh, Lamine then on the left, on the right. I mean, what to even say? absolute loss of words for Lamine, because 17 years of age, he has got 24 GA since the start of 2024.
Oh,
It is crazy. That is, you're not going to hear this much more often. Absolutely fantastic. And the way and the way he sort of envisages the chances that he scores or he assists, that is abnormal at this age. मतलब कभी कभार तो मुझे लिटरली शक होता है कि ये एज फ्रॉड वाला सीन तो नहीं है यहाँ पे, कुछ कांड होने वाला है आगे.
or you never know with Laporta. हो भी सकता है.
Politics strikes again.
Politics strikes again.
But then Danny Olmo, Pedri, Mark Casado. You can talk about each and every player, and you can see this gulf of improvement in each player's performance compared to the last season.
Mm.
Uh, Kunde has slowly sort of turning himself into one of the best RBs in the world right now. I would like to say that. The performances he has been showing consistently, and also considering the fact that last season he did not want to play at the RB role. He wanted to play as a CB. And then eventually the chance he received to play at RB, he took it, and he took it by the scruff of the neck. तब से he has not sort of turned back, and now at this point he also starts as an RB for France as well. So that
Mm.
sort of shows his incredible form that he is continuing from last season as well. Uh, then you talk about Alejandro Balde. Again, he had a few misses in the last game as well with the crosses that he put, but the speed and the impetus that he gives to the defense line is fantastic. And the way the players in the attack are able to connect with him, that is sort of very, that is actually a joy to watch. Then talking about the defensive midfield, so there again was a lot of negativity after Mark Bernal got injured in the
Mm.
second game itself, in the third game itself. And then came Mark Casado. मतलब ये कहाँ से generate कैसे हो रहे हैं इतने players, और ये everyone that is coming to play at this point is sort of just playing at his 100% and playing so flawlessly. I don't know how it is happening. Uh, because playing first top tier football in Spain, and that too at age of 19, 20, 17, 18, is not an easy job at the end of the day. But the way Casado was playing on the ball, that was fantastic. That was fluent. He also gave this assist to Pedri for the fourth goal. Pedri, magician again. Every time you watch Pedri on field, you see the magic that he can create.
Mm.
Uh, if we keep the injuries at the side for a moment and just talk about the best midfielders, or the best midfielders that please the eye, I think Pedri would be right at the top.
Definitely.
Absolutely fantastic.
And
So,
I think the credit has to go to the coach.
mhm.
The way Hansi Flick has been creating this atmosphere of belongingness, of this atmosphere of players giving their best.
Yeah,
You actually see that these players they care for the
exactly.
club, they want it to do well. And that I think really comes from the fact that all of them are so young. There's so much for them to do.
Yeah,
They realize that they are at a big club. Barcelona, whatever the current state may be, it will always be one of the biggest clubs in the world.
absolutely.
And I think these players, they realize it. They realize that right now is the time when they can, etch themselves in history
Hmm.
as being the ones who helped rebuild this club back to its
Yeah,
glory days. Uh, I think that is where it is all coming from, and hats off to Hansi Flick for getting the best out of all of these youngsters.
absolutely.
And I think people talk about the Iniesta Xavi partnership, Sergio Busquets controlling the midfield,
Hmm.
but I think these guys are doing really well in that respect. They might not be doing the tiki taka, but they are just
phenomenal
going
to
through the
watch.
teams just like that.
And I'm not believing as I say this, but at this point, Barcelona is one of the most entertaining teams to watch in the entire Europe.
Hmm.
Which is sort of a very new or a strange feeling for us as Barca fans, because we were not used to such football for the last 3 4 years, and that is actually taking nothing away from Javi.
Hmm.
He basically created this foundation that Hansi Flick is able to sort of develop to the next to the other notch now, and also talking about the fact कि बार्सिलोना कितना अच्छा कर रही है, you can not talk about La Masia. I mean, apart from all the footballing skills that they are providing to this younger generation, what needs to be talked about more is the level of maturity that is being inculcated into them.
Hmm.
You see Lamine Yamal off the field. You see him giving interviews. He sounds so mature with it. He already said in this recent interview that I like being compared to Messi, but I'm never even going to be close to
Hmm.
Messi because of his greatness. And of course, everyone knows that, and that is why we as Barca fans, it is our responsibility that we do not put much more pressure on this lad, because he's already delivering to the next level, to
Hmm.
beyond our expectations. Now, if we keep tagging him along the likes of Messi, that is certainly going to add this pressure, which is not required at this point. But that is to say that the entire level of maturity among this young generation, and
Hmm.
this feeling to play for Barcelona, to play for this club which says Mescune Club, that is beautiful to watch. Also considering the fact that Danny Olmo scored, what a brilliant goal he scored
Brilliant goal,
from this
brilliant.
acute angle. He just smashed it into the net.
हाउ डिड दैट गो इन? मैंने वो गोल देखा है, मैं ऐसे यार ये गया कैसे अंदर ये, मतलब इट वाज ब्रिलियंट, इट वाज
Yeah,
एब्सोल्यूट स्टनर.
I mean, Gazaniga was just standing like that. He could
हाँ,
not do anything.
यार कहाँ कहाँ गई भाई, बॉल कहाँ गई?
It was overall a bad day for current Spurs players and former Spurs players as well. But what a goal! And not forgetting the fact that Danny Olmo is also a former La Masia player,
हम्म.
former graduate of La Masia. So fantastic. And the bonding between the players. You saw this photo after the match with Lewandowski holding his 100th appearance shirt. Everyone looked so happy, so
Happy,
delighted.
yeah.
The only bad thing I would say regarding this match would be Ferran Torres's red card,
Red card.
and he was very apologetic
Which was
regarding it after
uncalled
the
for.
match.
मतलब there was no need for him to
Absolutely
get that card
unnecessary.
then.
Absolutely unnecessary. There was no need at all. Talking about Girona as well, Girona का जो manager है Mitchell, he's
Hmm.
also a very experienced manager, and he was saying that Lamine Yamal has to be one of the best wingers at this point, not only in La Liga but in the world as well. And when Hansi Flick was asked about his opinion, he said, I absolutely agree. There's nothing to disagree upon, and being able to match the statistics and numbers of the likes of Mbappe's and Haaland's of the world at
Hmm.
this age of 17, insane, insane. So hats off to the entire team for what they have been doing. But
Hmm.
the real test starts when the Champions League begins this Thursday, because then there will be this string of matches. 3 games in 7 days, 3 games in 10 days, 4 games in 10 days. It's going to be a difficult ride, and also for Hansi Flick to basically manage the minutes of each and every player. That is going to be the real test for Hansi Flick. He has proved
Hmm.
a lot of doubters wrong at this point, but again, the tests would be continued, and tests are not over yet.
And who are you playing in this round?
We are playing Monaco first.
Monaco.
Yeah. So
Not an easy game.
Dani Olmo is injured, so
And
maybe
Monaco is away.
Monaco is away. Yeah.
Oh. not a easy fixture. Uh,
Not an easy fixture at all. Also, Monaco have been playing well in the last four games. They have conceded just one
mm,
goal. So big test coming ahead of us. We'll have to. It will be interesting to see who replaces Dani Olmo. Would
mm,
certainly want Dani Olmo to come back as soon as possible because ये कल स्टार्ट हुआ था कि डानी ओल्मो इज फाइन, नथिंग इज हैपनिंग टू हिम. फिर एक घंटे बाद अपडेट आया कि 7 से 10 दिन में वापस आ जाएगा. फिर आज अपडेट आया एक हफ्ते में वापस फिर आज अपडेट आया कि 2 हफ्ते में वापस आएगा. फिर शाम को फाब्रिजियो का पोस्ट आया कि 4 से 5 हफ्ते तो लेके चलो. तो ग्रेजुअली बढ़ता जाता है, अब इससे ज्यादा बढ़ नहीं
ये
सकता, सॉरी.
ये तो वही कैलाफियोरी वाला हो गया, where
यस.
the Italian manager said, yeah, he's fit to play in the next match. फिर वापस
एग्जैक्टली.
आर्सेनल ही आ गया वो, और अभी पता नहीं है कि how much time he'll be out for.
या.
So let's get into the player ratings एक बार.
या. Starting off from the goalkeeping spot,
Hmm.
my favorite player, my favorite Kuhador, Mark Andre Ter Stegen. I'm genuinely surprised at his performances, but for this match, I would rate him a solid 9 because he attempted 18 long balls in the last game. Fantastic to see. So can see the progression that is happening right from the get go,
Hmm.
right at the back, and then that sort of progression transfers to Kobarsi and Enigo, who are also playing these a whole lot of vertical balls.
Hmm.
Great to see, and Kobarsi is actually creating goals. That he has done this throughout the season, throughout the start of the season, and in the Olympics as well. So fantastic.
And he's what, 17, right?
He's
17,
again
18,
17. Yeah,
17. Yeah.
being a CB of one of the biggest clubs of Europe
Hmm.
at 17 and taking responsibility like it's nothing. I mean, balls of steel.
Definitely. So
So,
what are you rating him?
Kubarsi, I'm going to rate a 10 on 10. I have to. I can't deduct marks. Inigo Martinez, there was this penalty that was given
Hmm.
that sort of turned into a controversial decision, but I think it was the correct decision in the end because of the rules that have been changed in La Liga. So it was an okay overturn. I think there should be no problem with it.
Hmm.
And apart from that penalty that was overturned, flawless performance from Inigo Martinez as well. I would give him a solid 9 as well. Alejandro Balde, I would give him a 7 or a 7.5. I think his speed is bombastic. He has to stay consistent with that. But if he can also bring in that cross consistency or cross accuracy with him, he'll just get into another notch.
Hmm.
So I'll rate him a 7 or a 7.5 for now. Jules Kounde, again a solid 9. Fantastic performance. Fantastic performance. The way he links up with Lamine at that flank, fantastic. Then Mark Casado, I would rate him an 8. Very good on the ball. Off the ball movement could certainly be improved, but
Hmm.
you can't be expecting much from this player, man. Come on. He has just come in and he's just producing performances like these. That is more than enough. Uh, Danny Olmo, fantastic performance again, just that injury bit. But again, would rate him a solid 9. I
Hmm.
can't give marks below 9. That is becoming an
वही देख
impossible
रहे
sort
हो.
of situation.
Too generous with your
Yeah.
rating.
Lewandowski
We,
is about to come.
we otherwise we'll need to take your rating privileges away.
Yeah. Who else? Pedri again, a 10 on 10. I can't deduct marks there. The way, I mean, you look at Pedri and you just imagine that what football could actually be like if a football pitch is filled with 11 Pedris. How beautiful football would look. That is the sort of magic that player creates. Fantastic performance, fantastic chances created. He had this vital role in that one team goal that Barcelona was about to score, but Lewandowski sort of squashed the chance. But no worries. Fantastic performance, 10 on 10. Moving on to the forwards, Rafinha, he has that spark. That spark is consistent within him. Great to watch. 8 on 10, I would rate him. got a goal or two for himself on his name. So that is why I would deduct that 1 or 2 point. Lewandowski, certainly not the best game, but again played a key part in the chances that were created. So I would rate him a 7. No problem with that. And moving on to Lamine Yamal, what do you think I would rate him?
15-20,
15, 20, 19 उसका शर्ट नंबर कर देते हैं.
19 on 10. नहीं भाई अगली वीडियो में you're not rating players because you don't come down from 9 and 10.
Oh, the days
No, but
this club is showing, man. I hope that this just continues. मतलब लास्ट में तो ऐसे रोना आ रहा था कि ये मेरा क्लब हो ही नहीं सकता भाई. वो वाला मीम देखा आपने? मेरी सिलेक्शन हो गई, मैं सेलेक्ट हो गया. So that was the feeling with the club. Fantastic. Also, over the weekend, another news arrived that Barcelona's salary cap has increased by 200 million.
yes, yes.
Uh, Great
I
news,
I
great news.
I was just looking at that table and मैंने ऐसे ऊपर से नीचे तक जा रहा था and suddenly at the bottom is Sevilla.
हाँ
I was like, भाई कैसे करने वाले हैं ये मैनेज?
भाई, सेविया का तो डाउनफॉल इज हैज बीन नेक्स्ट लेवल.
Massive, massive downfall, massive
At
downfall.
one point, they were holding players like your Evo Banega and your Rakitic, and they were performing actually well.
Hmm,
They just won the Europa League 2 years or 3 years
right,
back. So the downfall from that particular point has been certainly massive.
phenomenal.
Uh, but ठीक है.
But
अगर
what are your
अगर वो आप
expectations?
सैलरी कैप वाला टेबल प्रीमियर लीग के क्लब्स के अगेंस्ट देखोगे तो आप यू वुड लाव फॉर द होल नाइट.
115 का वैसे शुरू हो गया है.
Oh yes, yes, yes. I saw that. I saw that.
Yes.
Any update on that?
But not yet, not yet. The charges have come out finally. So I think आधे तो ऐसे हैं जिसमें मेरे को लग रहा है कि कुछ होगा भी नहीं यार 115 में से टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट बिकॉज देर आर आई थिंक 38 चार्जेस आई थिंक जिसमें सो इट इज अबाउट नॉन कोऑपरेशन
Hmm.
38 चार्जेस
Hmm.
जिसका क्या होने वाला है मेरे को नहीं पता ठीक है देन देर इज आई थिंक 54 चार्जेस रिगार्डिंग I think not supplying, not giving the proofs and the required, so something of that sort.
Hmm.
54 charges वो है.
There were some
ठीक है.
charges related to the sponsors as well. कि sponsors दिखाए हुए as these
हाँ तो वो
multiple. हाँ.
हाँ वो उसका पता नहीं अभी सो पीएसआर का तो है ही तेरा 7 और 8 चार्जेस ऑन पीएसआर
Hmm.
सो बेसिकली अगर 115 में से देखें तो ओवरऑल 30-35 चार्जेस ही ऐसे हैं जो आर एक्चुअली scary one but baki to ye sare I don't think this is going to be much of a problem for the lawyers to city lawyers to just
मतलब
go through
I've got this sneaky feeling कि 100K का फाइन मिलेगा. केस
कुछ
रफा
भी
दफा.
नहीं कुछ भी नहीं होगा हाँ वही होगा कुछ नहीं होगा
But
ये but you can always hope and dream
talking about City, what do you aim to do about Haaland?
हालैंड के लिए तो है हमारे पास दो दो हीरे हैं हमारे पास
अच्छा.
the only problem is the midfield रॉड्री का बहुत संभालने वाला है
Yes, 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 yes. But 9 goals, 4 games. What is he doing, man? What is he
हाँ,
up to, man?
and I think the second best is 4 right now,
Three, three.
3 in the league. So, गोल्डन बूट ले गया अभी अभी दे दो यार क्या वेट करना सीजन
क्या
के
ही
एंड
वेट
तक
करना भाई. Legit. But a good football weekend across Europe. Very good matches that
डेफिनेटली
happened.
यार एंड आई वाज होपिंग सिटी वुड लूज seeing that they conceded in the first
In
minute
25
itself.
seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first minute itself. But then City being City, यार ही लिए 2 गोल.
The way Pep teases other managers. पहले मिनट में
ओ
गोल दे दो, उसके बाद होप जगा दो,
हाँ
उसके बाद the
उसके बाद
juggernaut begins.
but I think this might be the season when they finally do lose. But if they don't,
Hmm.
I think hats off to Pep Guardiola for 5 seasons consecutive, winning the league. But I still have hopes.
You'll have to
जीतेंगे,
have hopes. You'll have to have
जीतेंगे,
hopes.
जीतेंगे.
I'm
It's
just
just
I'm just not ready for the day when this Real Madrid team clicks and they start steamrolling the opponents. I'm just not
right.
ready.
Right now, you are on top of the league, right?
Yeah, we are at 15. Madrid is at 11, and
हम्म,
Atletico as well is at 11 right now.
चार चार का ही गैप है.
और हमारा जीडी बस वी आर लीडिंग ऑन द जीडी 13
हम्म.
है हमारा जीडी 7 और 7 दोनों का एटलेटिको और मड्रिड का दोनों का जीडी 7 है अच्छा लग रहा बोल के
बट मड्रिड के अभी इंडिविजुअल परफॉर्मेंसेस शुरू होने वाले हैं बहुत जल्दी, आई एम
एग्जैक्टली
श्योर.
दैट्स
एज
द
दे
स्केल
सेटल इन, एज दे सेटल इन, एंड
बेलिंगम
आई
इज
थिंक
बैक बाय द वे
कुछ बोलना था उस
बिग बॉस बिग बॉस दर्द हो रहा है बिग बॉस
ठीक है.
या
ऑलरेडी तीन थे, एक और आ गया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है. बट ठीक है. व्हाट आर एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम द कमिंग वीक?
Champions League, I think a significant squad rotation is going to happen. I think Hector Ford would be given a start. Hector may be given a chance in place of Robert Lewandowski, but still not sure about that. Uh, but I again expect a clinical performance. Not a 4-0 or a 5-0 win, of course not, and we should not set our hopes to that level for every game week. But I would believe a 2-0 or a 3-0 win can happen, or a 2-1 or a 3-1 win is possible. What do you
For
think
us,
about
probably,
this game versus Atlanta and then the match against?
as much as I would want the squad to be heavily rotated, हमारे पास कोई है नहीं अभी रोटेट करने के लिए. Probably, Jesus starts in the right,
Hmm.
in place of Saka,
Yeah.
and Sterling maybe comes off the bench again. And the only other change that I see is Kivior starting for Timber on the left side. उसके अलावा I don't really see, and I think Timber may manage minutes with White, who's looked a little off in the last couple of games. So probably that is it. City के लिए तो भैया राइस बाबा वापस आ जाए.
वापस आ जाए सच में मतलब अच्छा हुआ इसको स्ट्रेट रेड नहीं मिला उस दिन वरना ही वुड हैव बीन गॉन फॉर 3 डे फॉर 3 गेम वीक्स
3 games.
या
बट आई थिंक उसमें तो एटलीस्ट ये होता कि वीआर कुड हैव इंटरवीन्ड एंड और वी
ओवरटर्न
कुड
या
हाँ ओवरटर्न करवा सकते थे, अपील कर सकते थे. इसमें तो वो भी नहीं कर सकते. बट यस, वी गॉट थ्रू इट, वी वन, एंड वी डिड इट विदाउट राइस, विदाउट ओडेगार्ड.
या मैसिव अचीवमेंट एक्चुअली इट इज अ
मैसिव,
मैसिव
मैसिव.
अचीवमेंट
मिडफील्ड हमारी पूरी खत्म थी.
हम्म
बट या, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इट. देखते हैं. सिटी के अगेंस्ट इट विल बी quite difficult. Atlanta, it will be difficult, but let's see. Probably, Arteta can pull something off here as well. Oh, I don't expect it to be high scoring. 1-0 win maximum if we win.
हम्म
Uh, City against it might be really difficult this time around.
या
But yeah. So probably I think that is where we draw the line for this episode.
यस वी
End the
थॉट
episode,
दैट वाज टॉक
and
अबाउट
so let's end here. Do like and subscribe and share if you like the content.
and basically comment your favorite players from this weekend and who do you think would be basically giving great performances in the Champions League fixtures as well.
Yes. So bye bye. See you again sometime later.
Yeah, and let's football. Bye bye.